Welcome, Aquarius, to High Priestess Influence and to your general weekly tarot guidance. So this will be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for February 10th through February 16th. Of course, dates are approximate and flexible. You may find resonance with this message whenever you view it, or you may find none at all since it's general. So just take anything that resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. And remember, never put anyone's judgment or opinion above your own. Okay, you know best what's right for you, Aquarius. Also, the cards are just here as guides, not as predictors. So it's always my intention to attract the cards and the intuition that goes along with them that will best serve those of you who will view this. So now, Aquarius, if you've been with me before, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for joining us. But if you've been with me before, you might be aware that I normally include the card selection, but long story short, I had some technical difficulties and had to re-record, but I didn't want to change your message because I did feel like it was an important one. But when things like that happen and I have to re-record, it always seems to turn out that there was something I left out the first time. I read by intuition, so there's maybe something I didn't catch or didn't come to me, and there's maybe just more to the story. So having said that, my Aquarius friends, I guess let's get started. Happy birthday if any of you have a birthday this week. And what we have here from the minor arcana, we have the physical realm on the left. In the center, we have the mental realm, and on the right, we have the spiritual realm. So in other words, what you're experiencing in your physical world, what you're focused on, what you're thinking about, and the message from the spiritual realm, from source, universe, whatever you want to say. And then from the major arcana, the overall energy here. Okay, so you had only one card jump out for the physical and mental realms, but I think you have 5 cards here in the message from the spiritual realm. So let's dive in. Now, with the 4 of Swords reversed, I really feel as though you may be experiencing a feeling of utter exhaustion and fatigue this week, and like kind of overwhelmment, maybe too much on your plate, too much going on, kind of stressed out, feel like you're finding it hard to relax, and maybe like finding it hard to find time to relax. And we have the Chariot reversed as the overall energy here. So I'm feeling as though you feel like your chariot is out of control, right? I feel as though some of you are trying too hard to control things. It's kind of like I feel like you're gripping the reins of the chariot so tightly and trying so hard to control things, in the physical realm, that it's just overwhelming you and exhausting you, and you're not lining up the spiritual energy first. You're not taking time out for alignment. You're just doing, and like kind of allowing the overwhelmment to build up. And for others, I feel as though you might have completely let go of the reins of the chariot, like it's almost as if the reins got tugged out of your hand, and now they're flying, they're like flailing all over the place as the chariot runs out of control, right? I mean, we've all had days like that. We've all had weeks like that. If you find that, you relate to this now, or in the upcoming week, you are relating to this, we all do experience these times. So, the cards, again, are here as guides. So if you recognize this at all, know that these cards are here to guide you, not to predict that this is what's going to happen to you, but to guide you to head it off, to get out in front of it and change the energies. Okay, so this is not, even if you sense that this is going to be your experience this week, or this is what you're experiencing now, know that this is not etched in stone. This is not what has to be. The cards are here. My intentions are to provide guidance, not to make predictions. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, in your mental realm here, you have the King of Pentacles here. So this can be a male or female. It's possible that it is an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but it's not necessarily so. But it's somebody who is important in your life. It could be someone who is important in your life all the time, or it could be in this situation, during this overwhelming week, or during this overwhelming day, or even during this overwhelming situation, right? It's not necessarily an entire week of this. It could just be a day for you. It could be situational for you. It's a general reading. It will vary. But I feel like this person is someone important who can help you out. You know, I feel like you're thinking about asking this person for help in this situation. So, you know, if it's a partner and you have kids, you know, maybe this partner can, alleviate some of your responsibilities this week or this day, in this situation. But I do feel as though this is someone who can help you. I feel as though you know what I also feel about that person, that this person, he or she is, at least in this time period, I'm not saying they're necessarily always like this, but I'm feeling as though this person is really, really calm. And it may be that you are kind of all riled up in this energy. And sometimes when one person feels that way, it really almost allows the other person to step back and say, okay, I'm going to be the calm one. I'm going to take control of the situation. So I do feel as though you have someone who can help you out here. I'm just going to take a sip of water, my Aquarius friends. Okay. So, now you have in your spiritual realm here, you know, this is the guidance from the spiritual world. This is like the advice portion here. And before I get to that, though, I did skip something that I did say in the original recording that I felt very, very, very strongly about. So, Aquarius, when I was discussing this Four of Swords reversed, this exhaustion, this overwhelmment, I felt like the answer, or part of the answer for you, is when you are in the midst of things, stop and take a conscious breath. So if you can do more than one conscious breath, that would be good. Don't hyperventilate. Just, pause, breathe in nice and slowly. Try to breathe into the gut, into the belly, and slowly breathe out. And if you can do that more than once, that would be great. But I also feel like you should do that more than once throughout the day. Let's say you're running around with things and things are going on and you catch yourself in this Chariot reversed energy where you feel like you're out of control. That's when you want to stop and breathe. If you can, sit down and do it. If you can, start your day off with meditation. If you can, end your day with meditation, quieting the mind. I know when we feel overwhelmed that we have less time. It's amazing how when we're really stressed out, we have less time. We can accomplish less in a time period. But when we are in alignment, it's almost as if time stands still for us and allows us to get things done. And then all of a sudden we still have, all of this extra time. I've experienced that myself, my Aquarius friends, where I could be doing something and I'm feeling really good, whether I'm feeling good about what I'm doing or I'm just feeling good in general, but I'm feeling so in alignment. My mood is great. My focus is wonderful. And all of a sudden I look at the clock and I think, what? It's only, X time? I can't believe that I could get that much done in such a short amount of time. That's amazing. Yet when I'm stressed out, all of a sudden time is flying by and I'm thinking, I got nothing done. How could it be that late? How could time have gotten away from me like that? It is amazing what alignment can do for us. So, the meditating can help with the alignment. Even stopping and breathing can help with the alignment. But also, my Aquarius friends, you know what else I want you to try to do? When you find yourself in the midst of busyness this week and you start to feel that overwhelming creep in, if you can catch it, that's great. If you can be aware, like, oh no, I'm stressing. Try to pause for a moment and find the positive in what you're doing. Try to find even pleasure in what you're doing. If you can, even find joy in what you're doing, right? So if you do have kids and you're running them around and you're doing things, for them, and you're just feeling overwhelmed, try to take a moment, pause, look into the face of that child, that beautiful child, and feel the love and try to feel the privilege in taking care of this child, of doing for this child, and try to look at the most positive aspects of this child, what you love so much about this child, and try to bring that to any situation, right? So maybe you're working on something at work. Try to find the positive in it. Like, you know what? This problem I'm working on, it's really, really interesting. And even though it's dogging me right now, once I find the solution to this is going to be awesome. I'm going to love this. And I will find the solution because I always find the solution. Or maybe you can appreciate a client, or maybe you can appreciate a coworker, or your paycheck or something. But try to find the positivity, pleasure, or even if you can, as high as the joy in what you're doing. And that will help you raise your vibration, and that will help you, in a sense, gain control of time. And I don't mean in a tight-fisted, gripping the reins tightly, chariot reverse kind of way. I mean in the chariot upright way, gripping the reins lightly and loosely. And you know what? Another thing I do want to point out for you here, my friends, is that, when you get a card like the Four of Swords reversed or the Chariot reversed, for example, right? Other cards could have come up here to indicate similar feelings, especially since I read intuitively. I could have gotten similar messages from other cards, but you have the Four of Swords reversed here. So that means this energy is here with the possibility of turning the card upright, okay? It's not inevitable that you're going to feel overwhelmed this week. You can actually turn this card upright and feel serenity, feel peace, have time for meditation, have time to intentionally find your alignment, right? So you have the potential for turning this card upright. And it's the same with the Chariot here. You feel out of control, but you have the possibility of regaining that control. And remember, the Chariot upright, the Charioteer controls the chariot basically with his energy, right? With alignment, with his knowing of his capabilities, his strengths, and his belief in the spiritual, the energetic alignment that helps him. The Chariot is the 7. The 7 is a very spiritual number. It's about spiritual knowing. It's about, seeking wisdom, and in many cases, spiritual wisdom here. And I feel as though the Charioteer is wise enough to know that he needs to keep a loose grip on the reins, because if he holds them too tightly, he will lose control. So you can turn these two energies upright. Now, in your message from the spiritual realm, you have, I think it's 5 cards here. So there are a couple of different messages here. And, what I'm getting, okay, what I'm getting here then from the Two of Cups here is that you have someone, a partner or a friend, who can help you out here. And it may be this King of Pentacles. Again, male or female, it doesn't matter. It's not gender specific. I mean, here, like with the king, it makes me feel like, oh, that is, like the ultimate in this situation. Someone who does play a big role in your life. So you may have someone here represented by the King of Pentacles that you can turn to. I feel like it's someone you can turn to. It's in your mental realm. It's someone you're thinking about. You have someone you can turn to who can help you, realign your energies, who can help you out with the physical tasks that you need to get done, who can alleviate some of your stress and some of the burden. So I really feel like you have that partnership here. Now, beneath that, you have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords for me is the advisor card. This is someone who is wise and can help you sort things out, maybe point out some things that you hadn't thought about, or help you look at things from a different angle, bring clarity to you. Okay, so for me, that's what the Queen of Swords represents to me. It's someone who's approachable and sometimes and even enjoys providing wisdom and clarity for other people. Okay, and one thing I do want to remind you of here also, my Aquarius friends, is that our minds are here to best serve others. When we get stuck in our own heads, we kind of like take ourselves all over the place. And sometimes that can be the cause. Our own minds getting caught up in our thoughts can turn the Chariot reversed, or turn the Four of Swords reversed here. But someone else can sometimes point out things that we forgot or we didn't think about, or just help us clarify things. Again, this could be the person represented by this Queen of Swords. Male or female, it doesn't matter. The Queen of Swords can also represent a male. The court cards are rarely gender specific for me. But so again, this person can help you sort it out. And here's what this person, or even these people, can help you sort out, my Aquarius friends. And it's these three energies that you have under here. When I first read these, I did go through them separately, but honestly, then I ended up coming back to them and saying, I feel like they're a group together. I feel it's like, it's kind of like you just, it's just your entire feeling of overwhelmment. The universe is encouraging you to let this go and letting you know that there is someone, again, there is someone who can help you sort this out. There is someone who can help you let go of the burden, who can help you let go of the negative self-talk, the feeling of overwhelmment, the feeling like you've just, like you've been through the ringer, who can help you, refocus and let go of the self-limiting beliefs and the mistaken belief that you can't handle things this week. It's really about letting go of all three of these energies, which really are all about the same thing. It's really just feeling like you're out of control and you can't handle things. And it's also a feeling like it's never going to end. And I do understand that energy myself, having those recent feelings where I just, a day or two here and there where, wow, I'm feeling like these emotional lows not super low, but just feeling like blah for no reason, but feeling like it's not going to end, even though I know better. I mean, I even said to my husband, I feel like I know better. I know this too shall pass, but I feel as though it's not going to end. And, I kind of shrugged it off and laughed it off because I know better. And it does make you feel better when you can do that. And I feel like in a similar situation that, your King of Pentacles here, I feel like that's who the universe is talking about, can help you out. I mean, when you look at the serenity on the face of the King of Pentacles, and you look at the light, the yellow gold colors around him, and the gold, you know, um, in his crown, and the pentacle, and the little staff he's holding. I feel as though this King of Pentacles, again, male or female, can shed a light on the situation for you, help you bring clarity to the situation, and maybe even alleviate some of your overwhelmment this week, my Aquarius friends. So, Aquarius, definitely take some time out to breathe when you catch yourself feeling overwhelmed this week, even if it's minor overwhelmment here, even if it's just beginning. Don't wait until it gets out of control. Catch it in the early stages. The 4 is also the number of stability here. So there's no mistake that you can bring yourself to a grounded situation, a place of feeling more grounded. I feel like you're not losing control. You're on solid ground. And interestingly enough, that may be why this person is represented by the King of Pentacles, because this person will be able to help you feel more grounded. Pentacles is an earth sign here. So, yes, that makes a lot of sense. So, my Aquarius friends, if this doesn't resonate at all, check out your moon and rising sign messages at High Priestess Influence, because they may resonate more with you. But either way, I want to thank you so very much for being with me. I want you to take some time out to do some conscious breathing this week, get into alignment in any way you can, meditate if you have the time. And I hope to see you back here again next week, my beautiful Aquarius friends.